You're listening to Chicagoland's finest podcast, featuring the Gorehound.
Well, because I'm bringing us in.
Jen.
I mean, it's horrifying because,
Cousin Charles. And Nick.
I know. I thought I was going to screw it up again.
It's time for the all-new Culture Cast, starting now.
I'm the Gorehound.
I'm Cousin Charles.
And we are the all-new Culture Cast. Back for the latest edition. What's going on, cuz?
Oh, same stuff, different day. Just keeping it real here in Missouri.
SSDD.
How's what?
SSDD.
SSDD. I don't follow.
That's same shit, different day.
Yep.
Yep. So.
Never heard of that acronym.
Yeah, it was. I think first time I heard it was like in a Bruce Willis movie or something. Some guy on a payphone, and obviously he's wearing a trench coat saying that because everybody's wearing a trench coat that's pissed off. So.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. Cuz, what are we talking about today?
We are doing the second long-awaited part of the Sharknado breakdown.
Right. Not finishing it off because we still got the final, hopefully the final Sharknado that was just released recently.
Yes. So I guess this is like the first 2/3 of like the second Sharknado trilogy, we'll call it.
I can get behind that.
Like it pretty much. That's what it feels like.
Yeah. Before we jump on in there,
what have you been watching?
Oh, well, I've actually been going back to... I haven't really been watching too much, but I've been kind of catch up on a lot of my... I know this might sound kind of lame. I've been catch up on my YouTube subscriptions. There's this one channel I really love called...
You do YouTube? Like YouTube Red?
No. I mean, just...
just videos on YouTube?
No, I'm not nearly that pretentious enough to have a YouTube Red. Mainly because I just don't see the point of it. Because I was like, there's a lot of great creators on YouTube making quality content, that aren't behind that YouTube Red paywall.
I can see that.
Which also, this is okay. I'm gonna go on a micro tangent since you brought up YouTube Red. When they were coming up with a name for that, did any of them realize that there was a porn site? I know this only through a friend. There's a porn site also called RedTube. Did they know that intentionally when they decided to call their service YouTube Red?
I was not aware of that website, but
allegedly.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that, and because there's a lot of websites that are very innocent sounding, and then you add 2 M's to it, and you're like, whoa, not that.
The dark parts of the internet. No, but there's this one channel that I watch that I've been kind of catching on called Binging with Babish.
Yeah.
Just secretly deep down, I wish I was like a chef because I like food. I wish I knew how to make it.
Yeah.
But...
You ever watch Fuck That's Delicious on Vice?
Yes.
Oh, I love
with, Action Bronson.
Yes. I love it. She hates it, but I like it.
There's actually the kind of this sort of ties in. A while back, Megan and I kind of watched through. It's a show on Netflix. It was called Cooking on High.
Yeah.
Whereas basically it was like a 15-minute version of Iron Chef, where basically you get the 2 chefs, and they have to cook some sort of meal with weed oil or cannabis incorporated into it, and then there's two Z-rated celebrities or minor internet celebrities,
like Gary Busey or something like that.
No, not even Gary Busey. Gary Busey is too good for.
Too good. That's the only time somebody will refer to Gary Busey as too good.
Yeah. Well, we'll get to Gary Busey.
Yes, we will.
And then the only other thing I've been watching lately, that I started to the other night, I'm hoping to get all the way through this. Megan has an Amazon Prime account, so I didn't realize how much stuff is on that.
Yeah, it's I think it's 80% equivalent to Netflix.
Oh yeah, it's a surprising amount how much stuff they have on there. But one of the things that they had on there that made me very happy is they have the entirety of the Batman the Animated Series. So I've started watching that from episode 1.
Okay. It's good to go start from the beginning.
Oh yeah. I think I'm about 5 or 6 episodes in. I'm trying to remember. I think the last one I saw was like the introductory episode of the Scarecrow. I haven't gotten too far into it, but it's still holds up. Still really good.
I just read a classic Ghost Rider comic with the Scarecrow in it.
Nice.
So, but yeah, going back to YouTube Red, I am a fan of cutting the cable and services like Sling or like PlayStation View. I'm a big fan of Sling. I've had that a few times. And it's a really great deal. And I actually do want to try YouTube Red, really only because there's a animated series that is on YouTube Red called... Oh, gosh, I don't remember the name. But it's got Kat Dennings in it. And it's an animated one. And so I'm like, I gotta give it a shot. But that's the only anchor that I've got to YouTube Red at this point.
Which we should preface to our audience: we are not sponsored in any way, shape, or form by YouTube Red or Sling.
No, but YouTube Red or Sling, please do sponsor us.
Yeah, no, we're free. We are ready to sell out for you.
Yes. But yeah. I will end up getting YouTube Red. Just because I want to try it out and I want to give it a shot and try it for a month, 12 bones, and see how that goes. Was there anything else that you've been watching? Not a whole lot.
I've been watching me some Sharknado. I will say that.
Yeah. All right. Wait, before we jump on in there, I have been listening to the Area X audiobooks. It's a 3 Southern Reach trilogy that the new movie Annihilation with Natalie Portman that was recently released. This audiobook is a third, or the movie is a third of the audiobook.
Okay.
And so the Annihilation movie basically covers the first of the 3 books. And I've been listening to I think it was like a 24-hour audiobook. So I've been listening to that for the past few weeks. And I just finished it, and I'm not going to get into much, but because I wanted to do the actually next podcast on that, because I've got a lot of opinions on it.
Short review, good or bad?
I don't think I can do it in a short review, but I am going to say you should check it. You should at least watch the movie so that we could talk about it, because I think that I could pull some good comparisons and have a pretty good discussion on it. Yeah,
I remember. I think was it released last summer?
No, it's I think the past 6 months.
Really? Oh yeah. Man, I'm losing track of time then.
Yeah, I don't think it was very good in as a movie, so I think it was kind of pushed to D pretty quickly.
The one weird thing I remember hearing about that, like we do a lot of our reviews are done, through like if they're available like on Netflix or Hulu. Mm-hmm. I think I remember hearing for that movie, like for the U.S. release, of the movie, it was put in theaters, all that good stuff. But I think for international release, they actually put it on Netflix. So I think if you like were an internet wizard and could like trick your server into thinking that you're broadcasting out of like Denmark or something, you could in theory see that movie from the comfort of your own home.
Yeah, I have heard of that workaround. But so yeah, besides Annihilation and Area X, I finished the newest Luke Cage series on Netflix, and I was like totally enthralled in it. Have you seen that?
I did see season 1. I have yet to make the time to power my way all the way through season 2.
See, this is one of those where I don't really know if it's good or bad. All I know is that I loved it. I was like glued to episode after episode, and I got through it pretty quick. In contrast to the newest episodes of Shameless that are on Netflix. those are I'm kind of dragging with. Not because of necessarily the content. It's just there's a lot more stuff that is giving me pleasure with it. Like Shameless is entertaining, but it's no like sci-fi thing. There's no real like fighting or anything like that. And so it's not really pulling at any interests other than, a strict desire for entertainment.
I will say this: the only thing that I've seen about I guess we can maybe one of these days put this on the books, do a Luke Cage review, but the only thing I've seen, because someone like posted on YouTube.
Yeah, I don't think we've spoken at length about Luke Cage series in general.
I'd be down for spoiler alert. I'll be down for a full episode.
Yeah.
The only thing I saw so far was that there is a kind of a mini sort of Heroes for Hire where Luke Cage and Iron Fist team up.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I've seen so far of season 2.
Oh yeah, there's they limit it to one episode, but it was still a lot of fun, and I think that Netflix is hopefully learning what not to do with Iron Fist.
Yeah.
And hopefully we, because I watched the newest trailer for Iron Fist, and I'm going to give it actually, let's just be honest, I'm going to be looking forward to it just because it looks fun. And I'm just hoping that there's more fighting.
Well, yeah, it shouldn't be that hard.
Right. The guy's name is Iron Fist. He needs to fight.
A lot of these, like they kind of did the one thing, and we won't. I remember we'll get into Sharknado in a second, but I want to just mention with Luke Cage, the smart thing they did is that character is kind of based on a lot of 70s blaxploitation, kind of like action movies, or like, well, what if there's a blaxploitation superhero, and then you get Power Man, and kind of like Iron Fist is sort of in the same vein. And with this TV show, they kind of, for season 1 at least, that's what they kind of there's sort of that sort of flair of like a classic 70s, exploitation, gangster film, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see Iron Fist from what I've heard in the internet chatter, in the internet verse. It wasn't very good.
The first Iron Fist.
Yeah, the first Iron Fist.
It was just abhorrent. It was there was like a full episode where like there wasn't any fighting. And I was like, this is like just dragging. And the guy was so whiny, and he's being a little bitch about everything. You're a superhero. Like, get over the origin, and let's just... But whatever.
Get on with it.
Yeah. But yeah, besides that, I've also been listening to a lot of Slater-Kinney. Because I just realized that I've been a fan of Slater-Kinney for a while, but I never really made the connection with Carrie Brownstein as being a member of them, and it just clicked, and I was like, wow, and it kind of like reinvigorated it, and I've been listening to them like crazy lately.
Hypothetically, let's say nobody knows who that is. Who are they?
Carrie Brownstein?
Yeah.
Well, Carrie Brownstein is the second part of Portlandia, most commonly known.
Oh, okay.
And Slater-Kinney is a 90s riot girl-esque band, all-female-led band. And female-led bands is kind of one of my specialties, as odd as that sounds. I listen to a lot of just female punk bands because I think they're really great, and I've got a really great interest in like 90s alternative, like Hole and Garbage. Well, Garbage not being those aren't strictly all female bands, but female lead singer bands.
Right.
But that's a whole other topic there. So.
That's a episode for another podcast.
Yeah. You ready to talk about some sharks?
I'm ready. I am ready to talk about some sharks, man.
All right. So Sharknado, Part 4. In this one, a brief premise. This is bullshit. We start off in Las Vegas, and this becomes like we need to control the climate to prevent these Sharknadoes. And then obviously Ian Ziering and his little crew go out to, stop all these stupid tornadoes. And then they start doing the play on the tornadoes because apparently a Sharknado isn't a play enough. So we have like an oil tornado, and then there was like a
Firenado was one.
A shark. It was like a Sharkzilla, where it was basically a giant shark of sharks of many sharks.
No. That's from the fifth one.
Okay.
Sharkzilla was from the fifth and most recent.
Yes, the Sharkzilla.
Yeah, I think the other ones were. I'm trying to remember.
They were all bullshit on my
I groaned
spectrum.
Every time they had to say a new name for what the storm was, I groaned a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was not fun, like cheesy. It was like, oh god.
Yeah.
I think one was like Boulder-nado.
Yeah. So they really try to push it in this one. What were your thoughts? Did you enjoy this?
No.
Okay.
Surprisingly, like, I chuckled at the intro, kind of like, riffing on, doing the Star Wars title crawl, and for fans at home, I may or may not have skipped Sharknado 3, so I had no idea how that movie ended. Yeah. So the first couple minutes were an absolute treat for me because I see a guy in a Halloween robot suit rescuing David Hasselhoff off the moon, fighting sharks with an American flag.
Yeah.
So
this is called Sharknado 4: The Force Awakens, because Star Wars: The Force Awakens was recently released before this around Christmas 2015, and then this was released sometime in the next year.
Yeah, I think that's summer or something like that.
So,
which
honestly,
it's a cute title,
right? But it plays. There's nothing to do other than yes, it is the fourth Sharknado.
Yeah, and they don't even really. There's, I guess, kind of a sci-fi edge to it, but not. It never really goes fully into that. Like, there's sci-fi elements, but otherwise, it's really more of Sharknado versus America.
Yeah.
Like, because it's like, I think the first one was L.A., second one was New York, third one I think is D.C. Am I mistaken? And then I pretty much, as I was watching through this, I had a thought pop in my head, thinking, this is Sharknado against all the flyby states.
Yeah. So, I had I think this is the third time I've seen it, just because I'm a sucker for pain. It's so difficult to sit through, and it's just there's really nothing in this. And it is this point at which I grew a full hatred for Tara Reid. Like, I think she gets more of a role in this one, and it's just like we see. This may just be all interpretation, but I feel like she gets more screen time in this, and I hate it. Maybe because, actually, I have no hint at why. We have more of her. I know that we do get Nova back in this right from the get-go, which is that made me optimistic in this.
No, Nova's not in. Nova only pops up at the end. Nova's full.
Oh yes, at the very end.
Yeah, she comes into the actual.
I'm getting these two mixed up.
You're confused with the Sharknadoes, which fair. I mean, but which is it happens to the best of us. But yeah, no, Nova doesn't pop up till 5, right. And I will say
because really shouldn't make any difference between these two movies. They're both just as stupid as each other, and frankly, I think that they're pretty similar. From the aspect that both of these are sellouts, both of these are full of cameos. There's really no content to this, whereas 1 and 2 actually had something worth watching, and this is just difficult.
I'm going to divert a little bit.
Let's hear it.
4, I had to force myself to sit down get through that all the way start to finish. Like, nothing about that movie was grabbing my attention.
Yeah.
Actually, there's a part of me that actually I kind of enjoyed the fifth one.
Yeah.
Like, I think it kind of went. I think the fourth one was trying to be, fun. Oh, look, we're making a silly B movie, but there's definitely a laziness to all of it.
Yeah.
Like the fifth one I felt like they put in a little bit, that extra oomph. Like I think in some of the, because that one's a globe-trotting event, more or less a globe-trotting movie, and they actually shot in locations, and like locations actually representing these cities. I think they're, now granted, does that actually make it better? No, but I think they put in enough effort. I think it was enjoyable. It was enjoyable, stupid, not painful, stupid, like fourth was. I think fifth is actually pretty. I think the fifth movie is actually pretty enjoyable as its own little thing.
Right. So you're saying that because they actually took the actors and actresses to the location, it added a little bit more value instead of just being all CGI in a backlot or something like that.
Yeah, I think they just well, not necessarily just we are actually at a place. Now we're more authentic. I think it was more of it just kind of helped show that they're putting in a little bit more effort in these movies. Because it's all silly BS, but they actually. I felt like they put a little bit more effort into 5, like in how it looked and like how the story ran, that made it more engaging. Because that was the one thing I will say about 4. Like, we set up this company, Astro X, which I think is like a play on SpaceX or something. Like, God, who's the Tesla guy?
Elon Musk. Okay. Yeah.
Like, they kind of do a play on that. And, like, I was sitting there kind of going through this thing, like, thinking, maybe the reason that the Sharknado things aren't working is because Astro X is making, like, a world domination play or something like that. Like, we control the Sharknados, we control the world kind of deal.
Yeah.
But it never goes there. Like, that feels like it would have been an obvious sort of play to do. Like, we have like an ambivalent corporation that's going to uses their technology to take over the world, but it gets out of control. Like, that felt like that was something that I thought they were leading up to, but they never did, which made me not really care what was going on. It was just them going through small towns and faking it off as, look, we're in Kansas City. And I'm pretty sure there's like 2 shots in that movie where they say this is Kansas City, and it looks like it's like a small town in the desert.
Yeah.
There's a shot later where they're like, we're in Chicago, and it's the exact same town because they have that one sort of like, I don't know, it's like you see in like southwestern towns where it's like got the arches and stuff.
Yeah.
And they're supposed to say this is Chicago, which they just they had an establishing shot of the bean, and then they later CGI'd the bean into like a random field. Like,
I don't recall that, but I don't doubt you.
I am both blessed and cursed with a photographic memory of bad movies.
Yeah, because I mean, in all of these movies, it's essentially Ian Ziering and his crew, the some derivative of a Sharknado. And really nobody has decided to harness the power of the Sharknado for, some ulterior motive. It's always just the same antagonist and protagonist.
Well, it was really the one thing that was even weird, which this is kind of weird, and this goes back to your point about how both these movies are similar in a way. In the fourth movie, they make it seem like the Sharknados are sentient, which I thought was weird because they just treat them like just a random storm. In 5, they do the same thing where the Sharknado could be somewhat sentient, but somehow that worked for me.
Yeah.
I think because they introduced that the Sharknados are more. There's like a mystical element to all of this, which for some reason, once you introduce that fact, I'm like, okay, I'll buy that the Sharknado's chasing down Finn Shepard personally.
Yeah.
I don't buy it in the fourth one because they just treat it like a random storm. That, again, the guy who apparently saved the world, like, I'm building a casino with a giant tank full of sharks. Conveniently, enough sharks to power a Sharknado.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, in the first or in the fourth Sharknado, the very beginning. How does the Sharknado actually begin? Was it just that he had a whole bunch of sharks, and then there was that tornado, and it was just like they were combined?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. From my memory of this.
That's what I thought, but I was like, there's a lot of sharks, disproportionate to the amount that would fill that entire building. But
yes, there is a insane amount of sharks, considering that it's supposed to fill up this entire tornado full of sharks.
Right.
Yeah, that's pretty much just a random dust storm, just kicking off in the desert, and then it just happens to suck up this guy's infinite shark tank, we'll call it.
Yeah. But that intro was painful. I remember there was like that Xfinity advertising,
Oh,
and
God.
I was like, oh, painful.
It was bad.
And I was like, we're like 5 minutes in, and I'm like,
Surprisingly, I will say, it only, as far as I can tell, in both these movies, there was only like 2 product placements for this like I think the Comcast product placement. There's only 2 instances I remember in each movie.
yeah.
Like which I guess I don't think that makes it like, I mean, it's still pretty bad. Like
Yeah.
I'm not arguing that, but it could have been a lot worse.
Yeah.
Is the only thing I will say. It could have been a lot worse. So I'll give it some credit. At least they kind of sort of what's the word I'm looking for? Like they sort of like top, like they all like they front loaded it with all the product placement, and then the rest of the movie just kind of played out as
Yeah,
is.
I guess you could say that. That's
the only plus thing I will say, is that it was like a Band-Aid. Just rip it off and then it's done.
Right. Yeah, I can see that. All right. So obviously there are cameos galore. I thought that the 5th one had the only cameo that I was like, oh, I like that, was when Dolph Lundgren makes an appearance at the very end. I was like, I like this guy, and it's not legit, but it made me happy. Nothing in this is legit, in my opinion, but
I mean, I will say this, because I don't know how Sharknado became this, like, I have no idea how Sharknado became this, like, magnet for attracting all these, like, minor celebrities.
yeah, like you have
like-
Carrot Top in there.
Oh, God, Carrot Top was the worst.
Yeah, but Carrot Top he's never really good or bad. He's just himself.
I mean, kids find... I'm assuming, like, a 5-year-old kid finds Carrot Top funny. I'm glad that they ate Carrot Top, so...
Yeah.
But, no, it was... Yeah, no, it's kind of strange. 'Cause, like, during both these movies, I had to keep the IMDb page. I cannot talk today.
Yeah.
I had to keep that open to, like, just follow the list of cameos.
Well, no, because I started doing that, and I'm like, I don't care about any of these people. Like the Chrisleys. I don't care about them.
I will say there were a couple that, like, in the 4th one I did enjoy. I think there were at least 2 cameos in there from, like, sort of like the YouTube world. I guess my sort of generation.
Oh, yeah?
I think the one YouTuber, iJustine, she's like one of the assistants that's on the plane, like near the very beginning.
Okay.
Which, that one I only found IMDb page, but the only one that I spotted that I was like, oh shit, I know who that is, was, I think, Andre Meadows, who I think on YouTube he's Black Nerd Reviews.
Okay.
He does like a lot of stuff for like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and stuff like that. But I was like, oh, I know who that is. But yeah, I want to say, if we're going to compare these 2 movies, 5's got the better list of cameos, which is weird because 4 also has David Hasselhoff and Gary Busey in semi-prominent roles, we'll call them.
Yeah.
But I think 5 had much better both in random cameos and actually like noteworthy cameos, we'll call it.
Yeah, let's do a rundown of these cameos. Chris Kattan was in the fifth one. I would say that's a plus. When you actually have an actor doing a cameo, I'm more on board with it, rather than all of these talk show hosts.
Right.
Where like, I work every day. I don't know who these talk show hosts are.
Yeah. No, and a lot of minor, or I don't want to say minors, but I know that there's a lot of athletes that kind of pop up in these. I think the wrestler Seth Rollins was in 4.
Yes, yeah, he's a very notable person. I don't know, maybe just because we're fans of WWE more than most, but I recognize him and I thought he was fun. But then again, professional wrestlers are very flashy, and so
yeah, wrestlers kind of naturally, I think, easily transition into more genre films than like other athletes because they're already kind of over the top. And you just put them in like
actors, so
yeah, yeah. What do you mean they're actors? Wrestling's real.
Of course.
They actually get hurt out there on that mat, okay? Gorehound.
Hey, I'm a fan of Mick Foley. But yeah, I'm running down the list of cast, and yeah, Sharknado 5 does have a lot more people who either I recognize right off the bat or I'm more on board with. Like, we have Fabio as the Pope.
Yes, which is amazing.
Margaret Cho, Tony Hawk. These are names that I'm like, okay, I know them. I can get behind them. Whereas Sharknado is, you've got Gary Busey, the bounty hunter.
Yes, Dog the Bounty Hunter is as a chainsaw salesman, which was, again, why I don't know why he just didn't play himself.
Yeah,
like he's already kind of a cartoon character. Why make him a random chainsaw person who's like, I don't know, some sort of redneck stereotype?
He wasn't the chainsaw guy. He alluded to the Texas Chainsaw guy cameo that was up next. What's his?
Yeah, cause I think when they're in Texas with Dog Bounty Hunter, there's like a line where like, it's not Texas without a chainsaw massacre. Or
right,
something.
Because the big guy that they showed next, I believe he was the Texas Chainsaw guy in part 2.
See, that's what I'm talking about. About these movies. They just have so many weird and random cameos that it's like, you really have to be on like, they also come by so fast that it's like some of them that you really like. I didn't even catch that.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like Chris Kattan. Yeah, I spotted. I think one that I completely missed in 5. Apparently, their version of Q is Clay Aiken.
The guy with the weird haircut.
The guy with the weird haircut, kind of doing like a. I wanted to say his best Stephen Merchant impression because I was like, I feel like Stephen Merchant should have popped up in here. That would have been perfect.
Yeah.
But that was Clay Aiken. I was like, I completely went right over my head.
Yeah. No, I saw him in it, and I was like, he's got to be something and something, and I don't know. And then I'm looking at the IMDb, and I'm like, yeah. I don't know why he had to have that weird haircut. I kept on thinking, like, is it plastic or what? I didn't get it. And then that helmet, I was just like, oh my gosh, that looks so cheap and fake. And I'm just like,
although I will say, both me and Megan laughed when the little kid playing Little Gil, stabbed the shark with it.
Yeah. And I was like, we're going to be seeing this helmet for the rest of the movie, and it's just I don't care. But
there actually was one cameo which I'm ashamed that I knew who it was. And this is going to be a shout out to my to my little sister Carolyn.
Yeah.
Because she used to watch, I think on TLC, that show Dance Moms.
Okay.
And like after they get out of after Finn and company escape out of the NATO meeting,
yeah,
like that woman was like, "You gotta go up to the Hindenburg blimp." And I was like, "Is that the woman from Dance Moms?" And apparently, and Megan confirmed it because she even says her catchphrase on that show.
Yeah, what's her catchphrase?
It's like you can always be replaced or something like that. Again, I had no idea what it was, and then she got eaten by a shark. So,
all right. What else are you thinking about the Sharknado 4 or 5?
Let me see. I'm trying to think again.
What did Megan think of these?
She did not sit through 4. I powered through 4 solo, but she did sit through 5 with me with a face of what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
She was utterly confused and rolled her eyes at pretty much every second. Like I said, I definitely laughed a lot more through this. Like, this was good, this is kind of silly fun.
Yeah.
Unlike 4, which I tried to have fun with it, but it was like, this is just painful to sit through.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, there's I do have a lot of thoughts on them. I'll try to condense them as best I can.
Because the Graveyard Queen would never watch either of these.
Oh no,
maybe just because she has a little bit more class than either of us.
She's a more distinguished individual.
Yeah, because watching these movies makes you dumb. And
yeah,
it's like, yeah, but it's a burden I'm willing to bear.
Yeah, like 5, I actually enjoyed sitting all the way through it. Like, kind of like with the first movie, I was like, okay, I want to see where they go next.
Yeah. 4, after talking about it, I can get behind that.
Yeah, 4, I will say, like, okay, I'll let you in. Like, last night, I was like, okay, I want to make sure I want to get through 4, and then I'll do 5 before the podcast. That way, I have it fresh in my mind.
Good call.
I got maybe 40 minutes before. I'm like, I gotta go to bed. I'm not sitting. This is not worth me staying up late to get this done. I'm like, okay, I got 30 something minutes left. I'm gonna finish it during my lunch break, which I was like, okay, let's do this, and just
honestly, this is like watching 4 was like homework.
Yeah, no, it was a chore.
Yeah,
which, like I said, there's some fun elements. There's some fun ideas. Like you said, it has Gary Busey and David Hasselhoff. I keep like tripping over his name, Hasselhoff's name. I have no idea why.
You could just say the Hoff.
The Hoff.
Yeah.
And they're kind of. David Hasselhoff's always, he's always a fun individual when he makes a cameo.
Yeah, he can be in movies all he wants because he is an actor, albeit not the greatest one, but he is an actor. He's proven himself, unlike Carrot Top, who, you had your moment, good, let's not catch you again. And Tara Reid is, honestly, her time should be delegated to 5 minutes of this movie. But
that was the one thing I did want to bring up in relation to with Tara Reid, because I will say Ian, how do you say his last name?
Ziering.
Ian Ziering.
Yeah.
Ziering.
He is a constant in these, where he's just like, he's putting in a good amount of effort. He's not like being stupid about it. He's like, yeah. It's an Asylum film, and he is pushing forward with him.
The one thing I will say, I've kind of sort of given him my own. I've given him a title that's only applicable to me.
Yeah.
I've now only sort of referred to him as Diet Bruce Campbell, because he kind of has that Bruce Campbell like charm. Like, yeah, he's enjoyable when he's on screen, but it's not quite at the same level as
Okay, I might back you down
a
little bit. Maybe diet, caffeine-free Mr. Pibb.
Yeah, that's probably good. Like, it's the same general idea, not at the same level, but it's like, it's serviceable.
Yeah.
And, yeah, but Ian Ziering really kind of does hold these movies together. Like, he's a good enough lead, I would say.
Yeah.
But Tara Reid, I feel like the writers keep trying. You know what I mean? Like,
right, and I don't know why.
Yeah, out of 4 and 5, on paper, they make her character one of the most interesting characters, arguably, in this film franchise, because not only does everyone that she loved thinks that she's been dead, but she's been upgraded to a cyborg with superpowers, and then she could fly, and then they got rid of that, and then she gets a completely different look for the fifth movie. In the fourth movie, she had like discount Black Widow outfit.
Yeah.
And then this one, they kind of sort of gave her like an 80s hair metal roller girl look. It's like they're trying to make this character interesting, but Tara Reid is not the kind of actress that you make interesting.
Yeah.
Fortunately, the fifth movie has Nova, who arguably is a much more interesting character and a lot more of a fun, has a lot more of a better chemistry with, not only with Finn, but just, I think it's just there's...
Yes, and she gets the sidekick. Was that Bud? From Married with Children guy.
I think so, yeah. I'm not sure, but I'll be honest, I have no idea who Bud is.
You never watched Married with Children?
I'm afraid not. Sorry, dude.
Oh man, I was quite the fan of Married with Children.
Yeah, what was I gonna say? Oh shoot, I like that. There's one more thing I wanted to say about Nova. Oh, what was really weird? I don't know why they're so sporadic. Like Nova is arguably one of the most important characters since the first movie, but I don't know why her appearances.
Second to
Finn.
Yes.
Because the one thing they in the fourth movie they introduced the character, or they make Finn's cousin Gemini, which I don't know what the relationship was. It seems kind of weird, but I'm like, this is pretty much just you're writing in the character of Nova without using the character of Nova, because the scenes that she was in would have worked fine if that was Nova playing them, but they don't have her. They have this other character just named after a 70s car, I think.
David Faustino. David Faustino is Nova's sidekick, and I thought that he was immediately recognizable, but apparently I might have more of an interest in Married with Children than most.
Was he on the pirate ship?
He was in the armored vehicle with Nova.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to think what part of the movie part of the movies he was in. Because now that I see his picture, I kind of remember him, but I can't remember which part he was in.
Yeah. Nova does return in part 5, and it definitely benefits it. I don't think it's prime Nova. I mean, I think that 1 and 2 she was she in 2?
I don't. Let's see.
I think she may have dropped out.
Let's go back to good old Wikipedia here. Let's see. Recurring characters. The character of Nova Clark appears in
1 and 5.
1, 3, and then 5 and 6.
Yeah.
She is not present for 2 and 4.
Okay. She's in 5. Not her best, but it's fun. She brings back her Nova element.
Yeah, her charm to that role was which again makes these movies enjoyable. Especially when she delivers a line from the 5th movie. Oh my god, I just killed Bret Michaels.
Yeah, I didn't know if that was the real Bret Michaels, but because for all
they could have just used a Bret Michaels impersonator or Bret Michaels lookalike.
Right, and just rolled forward, and I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, but he's like, I'm okay. He just starts playing a guitar solo, which is, I'll give props. That was fun. That's the other thing I would say. 4 was not really fun in the scenarios it creates with a Sharknado. Yeah. 5 is fun. There's a lot of fun things that happen throughout the 5th Sharknado. I think that's why I enjoyed it. Just fun set pieces. I really like the Indiana Jones design for the Indiana Jones set, which is that's cute. It's well. It feels like it was well crafted. Props to the Asylum's prop department.
Yeah.
Let's. Do you want to talk about our favorite moments, our biggest WTFs, and like our worst moments from these two movies?
All right. So let me just pull up, because I don't have anything off mind, but I know these screenshots will bring everything back. Of all of these Sharknado 4 screenshots, none of this is.
None of it's ringing any bells.
None of it is making me happy.
One of the moments I was going to bring up before, which is a real I guess I need to see either more Asylum films, which is a statement no one's ever made until now.
Yeah.
But because I had to look this up, so in there's a part in 4 where Steve Guttenberg shows up with the car from Carrie.
Yes. Yeah. The car from Christine.
Sorry. Whoops. Sorry about that, Stephen King fans. This car from Christine. Mentioned something about fighting spiders, which I had to look up later. Apparently, it was in some sort of movie some sort of silent film called
Tarantula.
Yes.
Yeah. Because those movies were also being made at the same time, and maybe they still are. It was on a similar level, just not as good. Which
apparently is a part of the Sharknado cinematic universe, although that's never. Although, given the end of 5, I'm surprised there's no mentions of the lava lantulas coming to roost, or lava lantula versus Sharknado.
Yeah.
But I thought that was a really strange, what the hell's in terms of what the hell's going on, and just sort of just a weird thing. Why is the car from Carrie here?
Yeah.
Or car from Christine? God.
Yeah, I mean they're just pulling out random ass cameos.
Yeah, but that was probably my strangest out of all of them, just in terms of just and I think that kind of goes into what was the theme of 4? We get the idea it's supposed to be a send up of Star Wars, but then there's nothing really that's inherently Star Wars except for there happens to be some sci-fi elements.
There's nothing in 4 that I liked, there wasn't even anything outrageous because I was kind of just bored and this was homework to watch 4.
The only one of the only things I thought was kind of fun was mainly just, and plus this reflects on the cheapness of 4. Is I think near the end where they have to somehow turn the nuclear Sharknado back to a regular Sharknado. They have to the guy who's the CEO of not SpaceX has to jump out of the plane.
Oh yeah,
but very clearly, they are not in any sort of plane hangar set. Is very clearly the back of a box truck. I don't know why my brain picked that up, but immediately as soon as I started looking at the background, I'm like, they are standing in a box truck. They're standing in a box truck on the back of the studio lot. You know what?
Yeah.
There's a scene earlier in the movie where Tara Reid's pulling a truck to show off her train or whatever. I would not be surprised if that was the exact same box truck that they shot that scene in.
Yeah.
You're wrong, Asylum.
I did not immediately associate that, but I don't know who this guy is. And he's yelling, and I'm like, maybe this is a reference to some other thing that he's in. I just didn't get it.
The only thing that I knew that the guy who played the Eli Musk, and this is because I have very diverse tastes in movies.
Yeah.
The only thing I knew him from is he was in the movie Black Dynamite. He played the role of Cream Corn.
Okay.
So every time I heard him talk, I was just thinking, Cream Corn, what the hell are you doing in here? But that otherwise, yeah, no. You had to really search for this movie to find enjoyable moments, and no good B movie should have to have you search or try to force it to be force it to be entertaining. It should just be entertaining on its own.
Yeah.
Which, fortunately, that's what the fifth one does.
Yeah.
I will say.
So, what are your favorite moments from Sharknado 5?
There's actually quite a bit. Now that I think about it. I will say one of the bits that made me laugh like really hard is the whole sequence where Chris Kattan as the prime minister.
Yeah.
He's like saying, "I got to go out there and start the Sharknado," and like this random woman.
Yeah, again, I didn't get it.
Again, like she's like, "Don't go out there; it's too dangerous." Like, I can handle it. Gets his leg eaten off, and then she's like, "I've always loved you," and he's like, "Well, now you tell me," and she just gets crushed. I don't know why, but something about that just gave me like just so much joy.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, that is the funniest thing I have seen all day. This made me laugh. This actually legitimately made me laugh.
Yeah, I was just glad that they had a good reference or a good person in there. I was like, I know who he is.
Yeah, there was part of me that's like, Chris Kattan, what are you doing in here?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm trying to think of other. I'm trying to think.
Bret Michaels looks fake, or maybe he just looks weird.
Maybe
it was a lot of makeup or something.
I'm gonna go with that because I was trying to think like Bret Michaels. Outside of his time in like Poison, like his big, kind of like mild celebrity stardom or like restarting of his career was like, I think with that wasn't it that reality show that he was on where it was like Date Bret Michaels, or it was like Rock of Love. That's what it was. But that was like almost like, I want to say 10 years ago. I mean, what's he been doing since then?
Yeah.
I've
never listened to Poison or known who this guy is other than these small references.
Well, you, sir, need to catch up on your 80s hair metal.
Oh, I don't know about.
No, but it was. I'm trying to think. Yeah, a lot of the sequences in a lot of the little moments in the fifth movie are just generally, I would say, are generally pretty enjoyable.
You really enjoyed this one.
I actually really did. I actually came out. I was like, I'm glad I saw this.
Yeah.
Tony Hawk as
the Hawk. Yes.
And he's like he's skateboarding up the Sydney Opera House, which is also a battle station of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
Which I will say that outside of his cameo and I think the Dance Moms cameo, those were the only two that I could think of where like the kind of celebrity that they were played into the cameo that they had. I guess maybe Carrot Top because he threw out some props, but
and we saw the singer Wayne. Oh, Wayne Newton was from Sharknado 4.
Yeah,
in the very beginning.
Oh, I thought that was a wax dummy. Wayne Newton did not look good.
No, because none of these people look good because they're in a Sharknado movie.
Actually, I will say something in the fifth movie that scared the shit out of me. Was when they introduced the Queen of England.
Yeah.
And you think it's going to be somebody's grandma, or like, hell, make it Betty White. The fact that they didn't put Betty White in this is a shame. But
I don't know who it was.
I had to look it up. Apparently, it was Charo. I think it was, but man, she has had a lot of plastic surgery because she looked like an alien.
Yeah.
She did not look good.
Okay. Oh, I don't know. Maybe Jen can tell us more about this specimen.
Yeah, no, it actually, I was like I don't mean to be demeaning or anything, but she was quite haunting in her appearance.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. I guess the last big thing I kind of liked about the fifth one, in terms of like closing out the best moments, I actually like how it kind of took a little bit of a darker ending.
Remind us how it ends. It ends with Ian Ziering. Why is he roaming the desert?
Well, because he's the last man on Earth apparently. After him and Tara Reid tried stopping the source of all the Sharknadoes, or activating this ancient rocks or something. I couldn't really follow the logic. They tried having the one person in Brazil explain it, but I was like, I don't care.
Yeah.
They try stopping the Sharknadoes. It's working at first, but then the whole thing just goes haywire. Tara Reid blows up, and then finally. But she'll be back.
Oh yeah.
Unfortunately. And then Finn Shepard is like the last man on Earth, and he's kind of walking around the entire globe. So in one shot he's in like India, one he's in St. Louis, and then another one he's in Russia.
Would only take him like 2 years to walk that, right?
Yeah, just 2. He's a surfer. He's in shape.
Yeah. But yeah, then we get to see Dolph Lundgren come in, and Dolph Lundgren is fun.
Yeah, can't go wrong. Dolph's a good guy. Dolph's a good I don't think he's going to be in the 6th one, is he? I hope he is, but
he will certainly have to bring them in.
Yeah, I mean, I would love for a whole Sharknado with Dolph Lundgren, like just kind of lumbering around doing his thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, although it is pretty hilarious. Dolph Lundgren has the stupid shark helmet on.
Yeah. He rocks it. Little kid, no. Yeah.
I think the little kid's face was like really small, so it made the fin look a lot bigger.
Yeah.
But like Dolph Lundgren, it worked. He makes it work.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably my highlights of 5. I think I may be one of the very few people who will actually legitimately defend this as a very fun, entertaining film that is actually worth watching.
Yeah. Yeah. In conclusion, 4 was difficult to sit through, and it was, like I said, just strictly homework. 5 was better, but I'm soured by the series at this point, just because of all the sellouts and how much they're stretching themselves, and it doesn't change for me. This is still the same story or whatnot, same random cameos, and I'm sick of it. I'm glad that they brought back Nova, and I hope to see her with a more prominent role, and hopefully they bring Nova in there more than they do Tara Reid.
Hopefully. Here.
So, yeah, I'm looking forward to watching the last Sharknado, and really hope that they close it down. I'm fine if they do like these spin-offs, like Sharknado v like
Lavalantula,
something like that. Sharknado versus, I don't know, the five-headed shark or something like that. I would be open to that.
I mean, the Asylum's got their own like catalog of cheap movie monsters. They give it a few. I really doubt that this is the 6th one is going to actually be the last Sharknado. They'll bring it back somehow, or they'll give it. I would say give it a few years. They'll put it on ice, and you'll get another There'll be a Sharknado 7.
Yeah.
I guess speaking of which, because the 6th one premieres.
It's already been released on television. Now I just have to figure out a way to watch it without paying for cable.
I was gonna say, when did it come out? I must have missed.
Just recently.
Actually, last week.
Yeah, right, and that's what kind of sparked me to get going on this. But I have no idea how I'm going to watch this, so TBD for the conclusion of the Sharknado series.
Hopefully it ends at I hope it's as good as 5. Like that's.
I've seen the trailer, and I'm optimistic with it because it does look different, going back in time, almost like an Army of Darkness-esque.
Yes.
Oh, but I do remember seeing an army full of Tara Reids.
Oh.
So that is not well done.
Yeah. Hopefully it's good. That's all I will say. Hopefully it is good, but I really don't have any high hopes for. I don't really have any high hopes. Actually, no, I have moderate hopes. I'm actually, after seeing the 5th one, I wasn't really looking forward to the 6. I was like, okay, fine, because I was like, I really didn't want to sit through. I was like, oh god, do I have to do the rest of Sharknadoes? But 4 kind of confirmed that. 5 surprised me in how entertaining it was. I'm hoping 6 can be about the same level as 5. If it can just maintain that same level of bullshit, I think we're going to be okay.
Yeah. All right. You ready to close this bad boy out?
Yes, sir, I am.
All right. I am the Ground.
I'm Cousin Charles.
And we are the All New Culture Cast. Catch you next week.
See ya.
You've been listening to the all-new Culture Cast. Check out our blog at znculturecast.wordpress.com. Send us an email at nick.culturecast@gmail.com. We'd love to hear your feedback, comments, and requests. Follow us on social media. Theme music by bensound.com. The all-new Culture Cast, a saltwater production. Original material copyright 2018. Thanks for listening.